Welcome, Coffee and Candor. This is Amber.
Chris.
Ross.
And Brandy.
And we are revisiting, what's her name? Lori Valo and Daybell, whatever his name is.
Yeah, we've had an update.
Chad Daybell, I think.
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's good enough.
They found bodies on his property. And he's not the father of these kids. He's the new husband.
The latest husband.
The
Because
latest
she's
husband.
had, what, 3 at least?
Mm-hmm. And it has been confirmed that the bodies found were of the 2 missing children.
I just knew that was going to happen. Yeah. I wanted to be wrong. I knew those kids were dead. And you just think about them out living their best life in fucking Hawaii. And
And now his property, it's off a really busy road. I mean, he doesn't live in town or anything.
So it's not like secluded.
But that road is busy. And a neighbor across the street said he remembers last fall him having a big bonfire, which was unusual. That's why he remembers it. Followed by 2 more bonfires shortly afterwards. So it sounds like the children were... This hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
But it sounds like their bodies were burned and then probably the bones were buried near there.
Well, I knew when she said that when it came out that she gave back the kids' service animal, I was like,
Yeah.
and said, he won't be needing it anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty ominous.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen any videos of them.
Well, they both need to go to jail for
Talking about
first
it
degree
or anything
murder.
like
They
that.
both need to rot in the pits of hell.
Oh yeah, definitely. But in the interim, they need to be in. They need to be on the fast track to the needle.
Yep. I don't know. Needle might be too good.
Well, but that's. I mean, you can't
know.
really starve them to death. That's cruel
But I'd
and
like
unusual.
to.
Yeah, you know what? So, I'm not necessarily a believer in the no cruel and unusual punishment, because here's the thing: if you and we've talked about cases like this several times, and I don't like talking about them, but they happen. So,
Way too often.
If you torture a child or commit some atrocity, I think that same atrocity for the same duration should be your punishment. If you torture a kid to death, guess what, motherfucker? You're getting tortured in the exact same way for the exact same amount of time.
It makes you wonder, if we did that, would it even be a deterrent?
Oh, I think so.
You think it would? I don't know.
I do. And I think if you did it publicly, it'd be even more of a deterrent. And that seems like terror, right? But I think
They're instilling terror in people with that.
I think,
my sympathy is not for the killers, don't get me wrong.
I think at a certain point, you have to make a heinous example to show
heinous acts.
to show people this will not be tolerated. It doesn't matter what the fuck, because like these motherfuckers, they'll do shit. And, the most I'll get is 10 years in prison. Oh no!
What about Casey
no,
Anthony?
No. Yeah,
she got put on fucking house arrest.
And shit like that. When judges make obvious fucking errors in judgment like that, that should be able to be there needs to be some sort of oversight. Just like that Brock fucking whatever his name is.
Turner.
Yeah, raped that girl, and the judge gave him probation.
Oh, we don't want to see your...
Yeah.
Raped that unconscious girl behind a dumpster. I mean, she wasn't even able to put up a fight.
Right. And the judge gave him probation because, it'd be awful to ruin his future.
Yeah.
Be like, okay, you can go to jail for 20 years, or we can let Bubba Thick Dick knock you out and rape your asshole behind a dumpster for everybody to see.
And tell the world about it.
And then that'll be your punishment. So it's really up to you.
I don't know what the answer is. I just know I'm tired. I'm at a saturation point with these horrible stories of neglect and abuse, because I don't understand it. If you don't want a child, we have...
There's a system in place.
We have systems for that. Are they perfect? No. But they are better
than the alternative.
Torture and murder or neglect to the point of death. I don't understand, why people do these things. This bitch, if she wanted to go off and be God or whatever she thought she was, why didn't she... There were grandparents that loved these kids that tried to intervene.
The grandparents have actually went over to the Daybell's home, because his daughter lived across the street from him.
Okay.
She is now moving into his house. I don't know why, but the kid's grandfather actually came by, and he's trying to make amends with the family because he wants them to be on good terms because, you know, they all got close during this whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, that... I can see where that would, you know, they didn't do it, you know, and I'm sure they're sick about it.
How long has she been married to this one now?
Not very long.
Not too long.
'Cause, I mean, they went missing last fall.
Yeah, it was in like September, wasn't it?
Yeah, October, and they got married shortly after
They
that.
were.
So how does that come up when you first get remarried? Hey,
I got some kids I want to kill.
yeah, I mean, what the?
No, I got these kids. We ought to kill them.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea.
I didn't think of that.
Because
Do you happen to have any place we can
I
marry
have a
him?
feeling, though.
I
I
mean,
have a
what
feeling
the
that's
fuck?
not how it played out. I think it was her idea. I think he was the along for the ride. And I'm not giving him a pass, don't get me wrong.
I don't doubt,
okay,
yeah.
but here's the thing. There is no pussy good enough
Oh, no.
to be an accessory to murder.
You just haven't had it yet.
now,
Chris.
but remember, Chris, he's the, I'm not going to say cult leader, but the figure
But the
that they
leader
were looking
of
up
the
to.
cult.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know if he's the leader. Whatever.
But he was.
But she came to him, started following his fucking bullshit, whatever
Yeah.
he was
Oh, okay.
spewing. So I don't know if
I firmly believe killing
And-
the kids was her idea.
you know. I don't know. She was talking about demons, and they were
Well, remember, she was a messiah.
worms. What did she say?
I don't. She said some crazy
They were
shit.
like, not infested with worms, but like what is it like when a spirit takes over?
Possessed.
Yeah,
Like possessed by some worm, or weird shit.
Yeah.
So I really don't know if it was.
like insanity or.
No, I'm not gonna say it was insanity. Like I said, I don't know exactly what he was preaching, but I wonder if somewhere in this preaching had something to do with kids and
Where the message got.
sacrificing. I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't understand it because
It goes back to these simple-minded motherfuckers, man. They'll just believe anything.
well, you know, these kids, they had people that would have loved them and they would have been safe. And
Yeah, but if you are, I don't know, stupid enough or crazy enough, take your pick, to believe that a worm can possess
Well,
somebody. Hold
that's
on.
what I'm saying.
Then-
I don't
then-
think they were in the way. I think this had
Then-
something to do with their religion.
it was some sort of twisted.
In her mind, she could have been saving them.
yeah,
She was that, yeah, and that's why I think it had something to do with whatever he was preaching.
but it
Then he
okay.
ought to be an accessory.
Okay, if he ought to be an accessory any fucking way.
Yeah.
They were on his property. So,
Oh, yeah, okay.
But if
I didn't know
that's
the
the
same guy.
case, if
Yeah.
she really thought she was doing right, why'd they hide the bodies? Why did they lie? Why didn't they say I saved them?
Could have been something that, you know, the outside people
Wouldn't
are
understand.
against them. Who knows?
Well, you know-
I would really like to see exactly what he was preaching.
Well, here's the thing: if you're going to do something and you believe that rational people won't understand, there's a really
Then
good
there's a
chance.
reason why.
There's a really good chance that what you're doing is not fucking rational.
Maybe you the crazy.
Yeah. It's just like if everybody else is the problem, maybe it's you.
Yeah.
And not all the time, but
No,
you know,
but
the vast
you have
majority
to,
of the
like-
time.
I'm gonna try to look that up.
It just, the whole thing is real sad.
Yep. Wow. That only took 8 minutes. What else we got?
Oh, she's looking up something else to do with it.
As an aside, I just have to
Okay.
say this, that Amber posted about 2 hours ago.
Oh Jesus.
Some girl gets on there and says, I think it's weird that county fairs are being canceled.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. I think it's a good idea, but I just figured that anyone who isn't afraid to hop onto a 41-year-old rusty roller coaster that gets disassembled and reassembled 6 times a year by a traveling meth head with an Allen wrench while eating a deep fried stick of butter wouldn't give a fuck about COVID.
She probably right.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, if we're being honest,
Oh,
Okay, that's a good one. I
I
like
saw
that.
that and I
I
was
like
just
that.
like, oh, damn.
Eating a deep fried steak.
That's about what
They
fair
do.
food has come
No,
to.
I know. This smells so good, though. I can't have any of it because it's all, you know.
Yeah, but it's all
breaded
got that.
shit.
Yeah,
No, it's not the deep
Batter.
fried. It's the breading. But yeah, Deep fried stick of butter actually doesn't sound bad.
Actually, that does sound bad, Chris.
I don't know how the fuck you would do it though. You'd have to have the butter frozen.
You freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
then
that's how
batter.
they do like the different things that are like fried ice cream and stuff. They freeze it and then they quick flash fry it. And so it's just enough that starts to melt it and stuff and soften it.
God, I bet that's good.
Chris is like, oh,
well, all right,
shit.
no, I'm hungry as shit anyway. This fucking 2 o'clock. I haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. So anything sounds, almost anything sounds good right now.
Yeah, I was like, you really want to make that
A
statement?
bag of, no.
I bet if I offered him a bag of assholes, I'd probably suck it down. Anyway,
Wow.
so
So, what are we going to talk about while Amber's looking up the stuff?
I don't
Oh,
know.
man. Walmart's done substituting me. That
What
bet to
was-
piss me off.
You said you want to talk about something that was on the list. I know it was Sally's, the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Antifa 6-block thing.
Oh, yeah. So, at the present time, Antifa, who is now considered a domestic terrorist organization, and Antifa, if anybody doesn't know, stands for anti-fascist.
Which, if we want to be fair, I believe fascism is bad.
Fascism is bad, but they...
But what they're talking about is not fascism.
But hold on. No, they were formed as a direct opposition to a duly elected president, who they claimed was a fascist before he even
But
got
they
into
don't.
office.
It's not an organized organization.
Well, the organization is listed as a domestic terrorist organization now, and they are organized because they have taken over a 6-city block area in the center of Seattle.
That they have blocked off, but they don't believe in borders.
Yeah, this is a group that does not believe in guns, that they don't believe in borders, and they don't believe in any kind of ID. However, they have people protecting their borders with AR-15s, and you have to show an ID to get in and out. So that, to quote Alanis Morissette, isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Yeah. And also, again, fascism is bad.
Fascism.
Yep. But people that live in the area, this is the Capitol Hill area of Seattle. Mm-hmm. The people that actually live in the area have said that the anti-fascists are actually fascists.
Yeah.
They said they have taken away all of their liberty to move how they want, to do what they want. And they're controlling it like a dictatorship.
I read something about asking businesses to pay for protection, but I didn't read all of it.
Oh, like the mob used to do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. That's extortion.
But I didn't research that. It's just something I read. I don't know if it's happening.
What I watched was a video from some girl that lived there. I have seen their list of demands that they want, like organic oats and
I saw
vegan cheese
their
and all
list
kinds
of
of stupid
supplies
shit.
they wanted.
Yeah, so I've told anybody that'll listen, and so I'm going to tell all of y'all that are listening, if it were me, if I was in charge, here's how I would get around this. I would send in, now granted there would have to be some intelligence gathering for a little bit, but I would send in a spec ops group armed only with tasers and tranquilizer guns, so non-lethal, and I would send them in the dead of night, and those motherfuckers would all be put down, put to sleep, and out of there, and I would have that 6-city block area retaken before they even knew we were there.
I just don't understand how they took over the area.
Because the Seattle local government
Let them.
Instead of defending an area, which is part of the... Well, all right, police aren't actually a defense force, right? So I think that's an important thing to understand. They are a protection force, not for defense. But instead of fighting to keep
they're not
these...
protecting the people that are in that 6-block radius.
No, they're not. But instead of fighting to keep these fucking idiots out, they just... The mayor said, just let them have it.
See, and that's why I think that they're playing the American people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, why would they just let them have that?
Because that's... Yeah, because Seattle's a fucking turd.
So
Yeah,
the not ex-husband, I always call him ex-husband.
Because he's the colonel.
The husband that she had her brother kill.
Would that be
The one
Former
former husband?
the one that died. He said that at one point, Lori Vallow claimed she was a god assigned to carry out the work of the 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July of 2020, and didn't want anything to do with her family because she had more important mission to carry out.
Well then.
Then why wouldn't she just let the grandparents have the kids?
Yeah, exactly. Why did they need to die?